ChatGPT just changed how we look at AI. And Figma has made sure that they've partnered with OpenAI to do this massive update that's already launched in ChatGPT right now. If you go to ChatGPT, you can use it. And it's been dubbed apps for ChatGPT or ChatGPT apps. What this means is that ChatGPT is going to work with a lot of apps natively. So if there is an app like Figma, Canva, even Coursera can be controlled with ChatGPT being used as an agent. And what AI agents do is they do tasks on your behalf. And that is what this huge Figma update is all about. You will now be able to control aspects of Figma from within ChatGPT and talk to ChatGPT like you already do with any AI with prompts. But the AI on your behalf will complete tasks inside Figma. Of course, you'll have to be logged in into both ChatGPT and Figma, and you'll have to have both of them connected to start doing it. But the fact that you can now just tag Figma as an app, just type in Figma, it tags it as the app to be used with the prompt or with ChatGPT. And the next step you'll see is a preview of ChatGPT doing something inside Figma, which might be a little scary to a lot of you guys. It was to me when I first saw it. But once you get comfortable with it, you realize that ChatGPT is just doing a certain shortcuts or tasks on your behalf and typing in your behalf, and it's not really doing anything magical. What's truly inspiring is that ChatGPT is making this available to everyone, essentially like an API where tools and companies can come in, pick this up, and if they follow certain rules and regulations, they will be able to utilize this apps for ChatGPT. Essentially meaning that your favorite tools, whether Figma, Sketch, or Canva, or Lottie Files, or whatever it is, can now connect to ChatGPT and use ChatGPT as an agent, as an indirect agent here. Now, Figma is teasing right now that you can do this with FigJam, essentially making boards and putting out ideas into FigJam directly from inside Figma. But the big picture is amazing, because when you look at OpenAI's official video, which is separate from Figma's, you can see how OpenAI is now letting you prompt, talk to it, and then when you want the final result to be displayed in your favorite app. For example, if you ask ChatGPT for an itinerary for a holiday in the Alps, my favorite part of Alps being in Austria. So it'll suggest me maybe Austria, maybe Germany, maybe some other countries in Europe that are connected to the Alps. Now I can tag Expedia or holiday.com or any one of those apps that are connected to ChatGPT. So if you're happy with ChatGPT's result, you can ask it to then plan it for you completely. So now you're not having to utilize ChatGPT as just for ideation. It is now being able to execute those ideas as well, which is insane. This would have saved me hours planning a trip, planning a holiday. I don't know how this is going to affect Figma's business or Expedia's business or whatever it is. But as a user, it seems very useful and very intriguing to use for the first time. Now, another cool feature which is being boasted by ChatGPT right now, of course, works across all the apps, Figma, Canva, even Zillow, hotels.com, whatever it is. And this feature essentially is widgets. Now, they're not naming it widgets, but they look exactly and function exactly like widgets. So these are essentially these windows that pop up inside ChatGPT. And once these windows are up, you can actually control that app from inside this window. So not only is AI interacting with that tool from inside that window, but you are able to interact directly with the tool inside that window as well. So it's like a two-way control. So it's not just one way. If you want to interrupt the AI, you can do that as well. So if you don't want the AI to move forward or to change something you don't want to change, you can do that right directly from there, and then function the tool just like you would in the actual tool. So if there's a Figma FigJam board and you're basically brainstorming and you're utilizing AI to kind of bring or populate the screen, and you then want to make some changes or add emojis or whatever, you can do that. And you can use some of the original Figma FigJam features right inside the widget, rather than you having to go back and forth between the two tools or the two websites, which will be tedious. It will, if they didn't introduce this widgets feature, it would have taken twice the amount of time to actually do it on both the tools And that would have just removed the purpose of the actual feature of this apps for OpenAI or apps for ChatGPT. I think this is extremely useful because this allows for a little more control from the user's end, as well as allows the user to explore the actual app or business a little better. Now, there are some caveats here, which of course are questions that are coming inside my head, which are a little negative towards this update. Number one, of course, it is useful, but is it private? Now, we already know that OpenAI, I would say essentially is private, but a lot of this data is going to OpenAI for study, for them to see what you are doing, and then to train their AI based on this. How private is your conversation between your private app and ChatGPT? If you're asking Figma to do something which is company data or company information, you're doing it for your company, can OpenAI study your company directly then? Of course, it's already doing that. Can it do it for can it do it through these widgets now that it has access to these websites directly and can control these websites or apps? Is this going to be a negative thing for privacy? Is what is really running through my head right now. Number two, if I own a design tool and I want to make money from that design tool, how far can this AI go and how many free or premium resources can we provide to the user with the widget? That, of course, I'll have to study in depth to be able to kind of give you guys an answer. If you guys have comments on that, please let me know in the comments below. Let's have a discussion on what this really means for AI and our favorite design tools or our favorite apps in general. Is content now going to be even more diluted into short form because of this? The fact that you can now access Coursera could mean that you can summarize courses. Of course, you'll have to buy the course first on Coursera, but doesn't that defeat the purpose of you being lazy and not taking the course once you've bought it? This could be looked at from a positive angle, that you're asking OpenAI for crucial questions rather than Google searching stuff while you're taking that course. But if you're asking it for summaries of the course and stuff like that and just direct help, aren't you defeating the purpose of taking a course and sitting down and focusing? So that could really hinder people's learning ability or people's ability to actually use things, and just leaving everything to AI. That could be a big question as well if you're looking at the caveats that it produces. Also, it does sort of threaten team dynamics or group dynamics. So if you're, say, in a group or a team of designers, let's just say, and you're trying to design something, will that hinder your group dynamic inside the tool? If you're using OpenAI and your teammates are just right inside Figma, is that hindering them? Because that would feel almost like cheating when you're cheating on a test, essentially with imagine cheating in a class full of people who are trying to calculate on their fingers or calculate on paper, and you're the only person with a calculator. Doesn't that interfere with group dynamics? I still have to use this, and it's just launched. Figma just kind of announced this to the public as well, so only time will tell, I guess. But I feel it does hinder team dynamics in that sense. Everyone will then have to use ChatGPT while using Figma, or vice versa, whatever it is. At the end of the day, these are few caveats that exist. I wouldn't say this is foolproof. I would say this is a step in the right direction, good ideas coming about, good innovation from OpenAI. And I would say more softwares will follow suit. Gemini already does something like this. It can can sit on your screen and answer questions and guide you to do things in a month, maybe, and other tools will follow suit. But what do you guys think about this? Is this a threat to what we do right now as designers, as creatives, or even as human beings interacting with different apps? Is this positive that it will improve productivity? The ball's in your court. Go into the comments, let me know whether you think this is a double-edged sword. It can go both ways. Let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button if you like seeing me sharing these updates with you guys and keeping you in the loop and sharing and giving you my 2 cents. Also, subscribe to the channel for videos like this every single week. I'll be here and I'll give you the best content possible. So a subscribe is all you need to do to keep updated with whatever I'm posting and not miss out. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, take care. God bless.